Hi, it's your favourite Yorkshire demo here. This is Suzanne from Hullahbaloo.com and today's project is this one. It's a chocolate box. Now, who doesn't like a chocolate box? So this chocolate box measures 7.5 by 1 by 1 and will fit any long, thin type chocolates such as chocolates in the UK would include Cadbury's Flake, Twirl, Time Outs, Galaxy Ripples, the Lindor chocolate that comes in the long thin bar. There's quite a few that you could choose from in there, or perhaps you could fit in some of the more snack size chocolates and fit in 2 or 3 of them, like your smaller Milky Way and Mars bars, or maybe even the treats from Miniature Heroes and Selection boxes. Either way, it's a gorgeous chocolate treat box, and I'm going to show you how to make a different colour version today. This one used early espresso, but today we're going to go with a soft suede version. So I'll just bring everything in. So what you will need is a piece of cardstock that is 4.5 by 10.5 inches. I've got a scrap of white, and then I've also got some of this gorgeous plush poinsettia speciality vellum, which is out of the mini catalogue, and this is 4 inches by 5 inches. Just pop those out of the way in the moment. Grab our scoreboard. So on the 10.5 inch side, I want to score this at 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches, and I do score before I do the tone on tone stamping, and that's just so that I know where I need to stamp to. So 1/2 and 1.5, rotate it 180 degrees, and 1/2 and 1.5 again. Then on the short side, you want to score it at every 1 inch. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then while we've got the scoreboard out, there's one score line we need to do on this vellum, and on the long side at 1/2 inch. Now it's a little harder to score the vellum, but we get there. Right, so pop this away. So we are going to be doing some tone on tone stamping. So I've got my soft suede matching ink, and the stamp set we're using is Nothing's Better Than, and of course, because it's a chocolate box, we're using the big word here, chocolate, and I absolutely love this. So cookies, cocktails, chocolate, coffee is probably the only one out of the 4 that isn't something I'd go for, but I know plenty of people who do, so it's an amazing stamp set for that reason. So I have got chocolate mounted up on a C block, and all I'm going to do is these 2 lines here that we've scored, so the second score line in from each side, we're going to stamp randomly in between those lines. And so I don't mucky up my grid paper, I've got this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fold there like so. Give that a burnish while we're at it, just so that it's nice crisp line for us to stamp against. And all we do is randomly stamp. So all over. Just making sure you get your words in a randomly stamped way, and then it doesn't look so... I don't like it looking too neat and organised when it comes to the random stamping. I like to turn some of it upside down too, because why not? If it looks a bit of a mess, you're doing it right. And then same on the other side, just fold that score line in, burnish it while we're at it, and get stamping, sorry. Just fill any gaps that there may be. Pick one up there. There, I think we're done. So I'll just put that to one side. I'll keep it open because we will need it again in a moment. Get this ink off my hand before I get it anywhere else. So move my scrap. So we're left with this, and as you can see, the stamping remains within that middle section here. So now we need to fold and burnish all these other lines that we've got, like so. And then this side is going to become the little tuck boxes, which I'll show you here. So on this, you just open this at the end like so, and that's what this little section here is becoming. It's becoming these little tuck sections that just keep the chocolate inside. So what we want to do is, of course, I want my tucks to go from the front to the back. So you need to work out which panel is going to be your front. So if I laid this down here, for example, where's my join? There's my join. So this 1/2 inch strip at the top will be where we place our glue. So that will be one of the main joins. So that's there. So then we've got this. So this one will be our front. Yeah, this one will be our front here. So we want to keep these tabs in the middle. And then I have kept the two next to it just to give a bit of extra tab to reinforce the lid inside there. So you've got this one here, which will be the lid, and then we need to keep these two for tabs. But that means we can get rid of the two end bits of where the box will join completely. And we'll do that on both sides. So I'll quickly show you through that. So I prefer to work from the back. So up every score line to that second score line like so. So then you've got all 5 of them free. And then we want to slightly miter this end one on the 1/2 inch section, like so. So then you've got a slight little miter for where we will be putting the adhesive. And then of these 4, we wanted to keep this one. And we want to keep the tabs at each side, so we can get rid of this bottom one completely. So I'll do that now. So off it goes. And then the middle one is the one where we want to have the tab as well, so I'm going to fold that in. These two we want to just take off just under that score line. And these will become our tabs. So we also need to miter these as well. Like so. And that's just so that our lid, when it folds over on itself, our little flap will slot into the gap nice and neatly. It's like so. So if we fold that round, you can see they will become tabs, and that will slot in the end. So one last bit on this side is this little 1/2 inch piece on the what's going to be the flap lid. We just need to miter that in against that first score line like so. And then again, that's for the same reasons, just so we get that nice fit when it comes to fastening up the box. So what we've done on that side, we now need to replicate on the other side. So straight up these score lines again to that second horizontal score line. We can get rid of this bottom one completely, like so, and we can get rid of this top one completely, mitering in ever so slightly as we do for that adhesive strip. So moving the middle one out of the way, we're going to get rid of the 2 rectangles off our tabs, and then we're going to miter those tabs in ever so slightly, like so. And then the same on this one, mitering them in. So I would have shown you this box with some chocolate actually in it to just demonstrate what fits, but pandemics and chocolate mean, unfortunately, it's been eaten. I'd love to say I'm sorry, but I think truth be told, I'm not. It was lovely. Right, so there's our template. So this is where we now bring in the vellum. So we fold that over. So this is the score line that we put in, and this was the 1/2 inch score line, and this plays a key role. What this will do is it will line up with, will it line up there? No, it lines up on the other end, apologies, like so. It hooks over where we want it, we eyeball it to the centre, and then when we stick our adhesive here, it will stick down as well, and it'll just form a nice wrap. Now, as you can see, when you go around this box, you can see it tucks in nicely on that edge, and you can't see where it's been stuck, and that's what this does. So I'm using my Seal Plus. I'm just going to put a strip down on the back of the vellum, and then I'm going to eyeball the middle, which I think is there. We're going to fold that over, making sure it's a nice and tight tuck. So just to make sure, eyeball and fold it down a bit. Now what we need to do now is we need to fold it with each of these score lines, because we didn't score when we brought it, when we first got the vellum out, we didn't score it, because sometimes scoring it makes it a little too tight around the box, and we want it obviously to fit nicely, but we don't want it to be too tight. So I just push it round, and then I press on it just to fold it into place, and then I go over the scores with my bone folder, like so. And then there we go. When that comes together, that's what it will look like. So, adhesive on this end tab. We will need to adhesive it up twice. So, first time, and then this will stick against it, like so. And then we just need to run a piece of adhesive over where we stuck that vellum. And then we can now bring our box together. So, like so. Give that a crease and just press that down just to make sure that glue takes against the vellum. And then I give these lines just an extra little crease now they're around the assembled box. And there we have it. That's the box. So we can put these tabs in now. This is where you would put your chocolate in if you hadn't eaten it like me. Like so. And then on the other side. So there we have that. So now for the stamping. So I've got a scrap of Whisper White, and I've got, this time, I've got the chocolate still mounted, and we'll be using that again for the middle part. But then we've got the words, today is a kind of day. So we're going to, they are here and down here. So I've double mounted these onto one block because I'm going to be, as you can see, I've just cut round those, and that's what I'll be doing this time. So bringing my ink back in, I'm just going to put those in a bottom corner where I've already got edges that I can work with, like so. And then we need to stamp the word chocolate just one more time. And we're going to fussy cut that out. Just pop my ink away. Okay, so I need to try and keep these nice and straight, like so. So I cut it out rough to start with, and then I neaten it up. So just eyeballing along these And because the font is a nice straight font, I use that to eyeball it. If my scissors are straight with the font, then it'll look straight when we put it on the box. Like so. So that's our kind of day. Move all these little bits out of my way. And this is today is a like so. And the snips are brilliant for this. So today is a, and then we've got our chocolate. So all I'm doing with the chocolate is I'm fussy cutting this. So my one tip for fussy cutting, cut roughly around it first, like I just have, and then start from one edge. Keep your scissors as open as you can, and then with one smooth glide, move your paper into them. Then pause, open the scissors again. The more the scissors are open and you get that smooth glide, the easier the fussy cutting's going to be. And every time you can hack a bit off, do so. It makes life easier for getting in those little bits on your way around. And then this doesn't have to be perfect, just roughly going around the letters there. And at every opportunity that I can hack some off, I do. So I'll be as quick as I can with this part. What I will mention is bonus days. So this video is going out towards the beginning of the redemption period. So if you earned any bonus day vouchers within the month of July, you will have received an email from Stampin' Up with those codes in them. For every £45 you'll have spent, you'll have got a code. So one email may contain multiple codes. So be careful when you're inputting those or trying to find them. It does look like it's one giant code if you're not too familiar with what they look like, but there will actually be several codes on that page if you were applicable for more than one. They won't send you one email per code. So through August you can redeem those codes. You can put them all in at once if that's how you choose. You can hold off, but what you need to do is have them all redeemed by the end of August, as the codes will expire on the 31st. And I'd hate for you to have earned that 10% back and then not to have benefited from that by redeeming it against an order in August. So just around this last part now, and then we can finish the assembly of the decoration. So there we go. Okay, so we've got chocolate, kind of, and day. Now because the kind of and day is are quite small pieces, I've got my Tombow out for these. So today is will go up in that top corner. So I literally just put a thin bit of Tombow down the middle. Any multi-purpose adhesive glue would be best for this. It just gives you a bit of repositioning manoeuvre if you stick it on in the wrong place. Hold it a second there. I also find that Tombow sticks really nicely to this vellum paper. So today is A, and then this is the kind of day. And then to get that emphasis on the word chocolate, we're going to pop that up on some mini dimensionals. I'm going to pop this one down the bottom corner, leaving room in the middle for the word chocolate. And of course you could make coffee boxes with these. You can get certain coffee brands in like little takeaway type sachets, or you could put hot chocolate in them. You can actually get little cocktail mixes in little liquid sachets as well. So perhaps them. So mini dimensionals out. And then I didn't pop too many on this because there isn't too many places for you to pop them. So I put one on the back of the C there, and then pop one further down if I can hide it behind this L. Might be able to get a third one there in the middle. Yes, just. Peel the backings off for this. And then this will pop just in the middle there. Now I did it on a bit of a diagonal. So if we pop that. There, like so. And then the final bit is I've got this gold cord, and this came with the shaded spruce ribbon from the annual catalogue, not the annual catalogues, apologies. This has come from the new mini seasonal catalogue, and it comes with a quite thick 1-inch shaded spruce ribbon too. So did I do 4? Yes, I did 4. And then I literally tie this into a knot like so. And then just trim that off on both sides. Don't want it too long. And there we go. Quick and easy chocolate boxes that hopefully when you give them to a recipient they're not empty like mine. I hope you enjoyed the project today. All the measurements, all the products I've used can all be found over on my blog, and they'll be below in the description bar. And I will see you next time for another project. Bye.